Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is May 12th, 2021. I want to talk about the NBA Finals. A lot of people left a lot of messages saying that I shouldn't go away from the Lakers because the Lakers are definitely going to win the championship, blah, blah, blah. Hey, listen, you guys can do whatever you want. You can put money on whatever team that you like. But, I'm a person that I do my own research. I don't just listen to other people and then I just go by what they're saying. I think that's the big problem in this community. You guys just watch videos and whatever that guy says or this girl says, you guys just listen to it. You guys have to do your own research. I don't think the Lakers are going to win the championship this year. I don't know. There is definitely a narrative for them, but I just feel like the Brooklyn Nets have a strong narrative that I don't think people should be ignoring. So, after I got all those messages, I went back to see if I see anything that really stands out with the Brooklyn Nets. Now, right now, the Brooklyn Nets have 46 wins for the season. They have 2 games left in the season. And this is not official, but I think they should. I think they are definitely going to win in their next 2 games. They're playing the Bulls on May 15th. And the Cavaliers on May 16th. If the Brooklyn Nets win both of these games, they will have 48 games. They would have won 48 games for the year. 48. Now, in order to win the championship, you have to win 16 games, right? Now, 48 plus 16 is 64. And that is a big number with the Brooklyn Nets. Notice in gematria, Brooklyn Nets equals 64. If they win 48 in the regular season, 16 in the playoffs, they will conclude their season with 64 wins. Now notice James Harden is 64, Blake Griffin is 64, and of course NBA is 64. 64 is a big NBA number, right? This is a narrative, and I don't think you guys should be ignoring this. This is why in the last video I said, I don't think you guys should be putting a lot of money down on the Lakers. I think it's a safer pick to pick the Lakers to win the Western Conference. And look, this is proof right here that the Nets definitely have a narrative. They can win 64 games this year. This is a strong narrative. And I know a lot of you keep bringing up that 56 NBA season. The 56 NBA season was the Nets versus the Lakers, right? And notice what day the game that series started. It started on June 4th, on 6-4. Right? In the last video that I did, I talked about how the Lakers can finish their season 42-30 because those are the numbers stamped on black people in a negative way, 42-30. It's possible that the Lakers finish the season with 56 wins and don't win the NBA Finals because 42 plus, let's say they win 14 games in the playoffs, that's 56. So the 56 can come into play in other ways. It doesn't necessarily mean that LeBron has to become 5 and 6 in finals. Now, is that a possibility that LeBron becomes 5 and 6? Absolutely. Right? Because he could finish his career 6 and 6 because LeBron is 66, Lakers 66, LeBron James is 66, and all the other 66s in LeBron James' career, right? But I'm just saying, this is one of the reasons why I feel like it's best to just stay away from the finals. You don't have to bet on the finals. You don't have to bet on who's going to win the championship. There's other ways to make money in the playoffs. You can bet on who's going to win the Eastern Conference or who's going to win the Western Conference. I feel like these are safer plays. If you guys remember the All-Star game, the target score this year was set to 170, and Brooklyn Nets is 170. So what was they trying to tell us during the All-Star game by setting the target score at 170? Maybe that the Brooklyn Nets was going to be the championship, well, it was going to be the champion this year? Who knows? I mean, why did they set the target score at 170? We know why they set the target score at 157 last year when Kobe Bryant died, because Kobe Bryant sums to 157. He died on his 157th day of his age. So we know why they did the 157 last year. But why did they do the 170 this year? If you remember when Kevin Durant and LeBron James was picking the teams, notice the sweatshirt that Durant has on. He has that Jackie. I believe this is Jackie Robinson. If it is Jackie Robinson, that makes me even more nervous for the Lakers. Because Jackie Robinson is 64 in the most pure cipher. And then think about the Lakers winning 42 games this year. Jackie Robinson wore the number 42. Jackie Robinson played for Brooklyn Dodgers. They've been paying a lot of tributes to Jackie Robinson in sports lately. So Durant wearing this sweatshirt is just very suspicious, because Jackie Robinson does have that 64 in his name. Of course, he wore the number 42. Like how the Lakers can finish the season with 42 wins if they win their last games. So all I'm saying is, just be careful. Now, if the Nets win these 2 games on May 15th and May 16th, they could finish the season with 64 wins. Right? This is a lot of 64s. These are the star players for the Nets. Blake Griffin, James Harden. So, go with your guns. If you guys want to place money on the Lakers, go right ahead, I'm just saying, there's an avenue for the Nets. You don't want to ignore it. So I'll leave it there, and good luck to everybody. Oh, today we also went perfect again on Patreon. So that's actually, today was the 5th day. 5 straight days. Perfect. So good luck to everybody, and let's see what you guys got. Yeah, somebody says the Nets are the Monstars. Yeah, that was one of the things I was saying earlier this year. How if it does play out like the movie Space Jam and LeBron beats the big Monstars just like the movie, but we haven't seen Space Jam. You guys are talking about Space Jam 1 with Michael Jordan. I mean, none of us have seen Space Jam 2. What if the Monstars win in Space Jam 2? I mean, none of us have seen Space Jam 2. You guys are talking about Michael Jordan Space Jam. All right, so if you guys like the Lakers, go right ahead. I'm just saying, don't ignore the 64. So good luck to everybody, and I'll see you soon.